Hello there, friends and fellow Minecrafters. I am Star Fox, and we're doing a fun little tour here of my Polyworld as it is now. This is something that I'm going to be coming back to here pretty soon. I'm also kind of testing out times because I want to see what time is the best for people to that want to join and watch. So just kind of, getting a feel for things. So let's go ahead and take a look at stuff here. So right here is my original spawn point. That's why I got a number 1 here. And this is on RD something. What was it? Is it 122278 or something? Hold on. Let me look it up here. Let's see. Skip that. And yes, I'm an adult. And where are we at? Where? 132211. There we go. Yes, that version is the first version. So yeah, I started here and I built out these pathways going to the edges. This was the original edge right here. It's a 256 by 256 world. Okay, so it ended right here. And I did this cross street. So I took it all the way down there. And then I took it down that way and down that way. And then I started building these little structures here on the corners. One of these was like a town hall or something like that. I don't know. You only got the cobblestone to build with, and so I was trying to find different ways to build things. So that's what I was doing here. Just, obviously I kind of started with a box, but I started making things like skylights and little antennas. I came up here and I did this one. I tried to create like maybe little end tables, stuff like that, little windows that you could see stuff. Try to be a little bit different, coming over here and making this kind of building here. And so I did kind of like this square building, well, that's not really a round building, but a rectangular building. And then I decided to do kind of like a pyramid type of structure. So that's what we got here. And when I had started this, grass was on one layer, and then there was cobblestone on the next layer. So if we were to do that, you can see that there's cobblestone underneath. So we'll go down, let's see, this way. I went ahead and put my name over here. A little hard to see because you got all these buildings up behind it. It would help to make it, maybe wood or something, but I wanted to keep everything here as close to original as possible. So we got Star Fox right there. Give me a second here. I'm checking some comments on one of my other videos. If you're not making $2,000 a week driving a semi-truck, you're not going to be able to make that much as a company driver. Come on now. Not these days. Sorry. A little distracted. All right, so I created these arrows here, kind of pointing into, like, if you're coming in from, you know, like one of the other worlds and you're coming in this way, and you can't really see it from down here, but, you know, you got arrows. It's like, hey, this is the center of the origin of the world is right down here. So that's why I've got that pointing here. And these are to hold torches eventually to help light up the road. Yeah, now once again, yes, no, torches were not in this version. But I do want to add just a few things from, you know, later versions of Minecraft into this classic world, such as torches, for one. Those up there, those are supposed to be big lights made out of glowstone to make this area more impressive. It's kind of like beacons in a way. So that's what that is. Then, of course, down here I made this inverted into the ground pyramid, which is actually goes into these catacombs down here, or what I like to think of as you know, apartment complexes underground. So, and they go all the way down. They go all the way down that way, and they kind of go that way, and then they go that way. And what the heck did I do here? Oh, that's why. Okay, so this was a window that went out to the void, and well, it's blocked now because there's a world sitting right next to it. So I guess we'll put a painting there or something. I don't know. But anyways, going in this direction, there are more apartments. Yeah, it just goes on and 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 on. Now I don't know which way out. Okay, this way. What the heck? Am I bouncing side to side? Okay, that was weird. I was going right and left when I was bouncing around, and that was kind of weird. Alright, so, well, let's head this way. Okay, so I used some inspiration from some of the villager classic buildings. Like, this is the blacksmith, right? This is where the lava and stuff was at. So yeah, once again, yeah, this version didn't have water or lava, so I just came in here and added that just to give it a little bit of a touch. That right there is the classic church from the classic villages. And I think this one I was going for not the butcher. Is that what it was? Is that what that one villager is? It basically, it had like a fence off area there. Then I just came up with a little dirt hut. That also is based off of the original village, design. Then I started doing some original stuff here. I did this building with a porch. I think this one is like the classic library. You know, you had your bookshelves here, your bookshelves down here. This was the crafting table. And then we've got statues. We got the creeper. We got the zombie. We have the skeleton right here. We have a ghast. We have a villager. And we have a witch. So these little mini statues. Once again, these are meant to have torches to help light things up. That staircase there goes up to what will eventually be a rail station. That's what the elevated platform is for. I got a little tree farm over here. This train over here is based off of a 2D image that I found, and I just extruded it out is what I did. That was kind of interesting to try to do. So yeah, here's my tree farm. These were based on the modern trees, actually. Or at least the trees that were from, what was it, 15A? And then a fountain. So basically, water was supposed to be coming like from each corner, and then also from all sides there. We got our pixel art here of Mario and Yoshi. This is a restaurant here. Big tables, small tables, check-in desk, outside back patio tables. You sit on the, you sit on the cobblestone. It's relatively comfortable. Try it. Made some skyscrapers. This is supposed to be a work office building. This one's supposed to be a department store. So, you've got your checkout stands here and here. And then your displays of the stuff that you are going to buy. Maybe. And then there's an upstairs. Ow, what did I do? Apparently I have to go in there and fix that. Or, actually I just kind of fixed it. But, yeah, so more things here. There's actually another upstairs, too. Ah, now see, this one I fixed. So, yeah, this is the top floor. Whee! It's not survival. It's safe to jump out. Don't try that at home. This is the work office building, which does not have a... Oh, yes, it does. So, yeah, little offices, little desks and stuff. I guess you could say your supervisor works there. And I don't... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made this kind of like an office. I don't think this was a store of any kind. Most importantly, though, this connects up with the... does it? Oh, yeah, it does. Right here. Oh, my goodness. What happened to my... I don't think that was supposed to be like that. Huh. I guess I have to rethink that one. But... yeah, so here's the railway. I guess for now it's a walking platform. Over there, we've got a factory. Then we got Pac-Man and the Four Ghosts. So some pixel art, more pixel art over there. We'll go ahead and take the railway here. And we've got some more pixel art. We got a shovel, an axe, a pickaxe. That over there is a water tower. Sword. You know, the standard Minecraft tools. You may be thinking, well, where's the hoe? Well, it's over there. It's haven't gotten there yet. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, believe me, this was challenging to try to figure this out with just the one block. I had to not only have a background to it, but I had to kind of outline, because see, it blends in right there. So I had to kind of extrude it into like a three-dimensional sort of shape, so that way it was recognizable. We got killer cubes. And then what I like to call the faces of Minecraft. So we've got the villager. That should be obvious on what that is. Skeleton. Enderman. Steve. Cow. Pig. Sheep. And zombie. Another thing that I dug out was this trench. I dug this trench out all the way around. All the way around. Then I came in and I filled that up with water later when water was available. So we got houses. Got a little tree. Another house. And this is E.T. from the Atari 2600 over the infamous hole. If you know, you know. For anyone who has played E.T. on the Atari 2600, you will know that when you get to one of these hole things, it is a royal pain if you do not get him out of the hole the correct way. He just falls right back in. It can be really frustrating. All right, so I have an upside down pyramid here, and I've got a right side up pyramid over there. I was trying to decide how, did I want to just put it on the one point here or just put it down flat? I don't know. I just decided to, you know how like a top is on a little point? I guess I just kind of, decided to do that. It sits up by magic. Don't question it. Just go with it. We got a monolith here. Now, when I say monolith, I don't mean monolith as in, the InfDev Alpha monolith. This is monolith as in, like, 2001 A Space Odyssey monolith. I know that might be a bit of an old movie for some of you folks. Some more trees, more houses. We got a statue of Steve right there, holding a torch. A fountain with chairs along the side. I try to make different types of houses, different types of designs. Like I would like kind of come up with the same basic box shape, but then I would change the position of the door or the windows, give it a different roof. So you can see how, you know, that's got a different roof. That one does. Here's that one. I did little gates and fortresses and stuff at the four, not the four corners, but the four edges. They act like gateways. And the name of this area, this original map, which we'll call Realm Number 1, is Polaris Prime, which is what you're seeing right there. We've got this frame of a pyramid. I was going to build like a small pyramid, and then I said, you know what? Because this is how I was building it. I started with a center point and came down and did a staircase going down like this. And I was going to, you know, fill it in. And I was like, you know what? What if I just kept it like this? And so that's what I did. And we got one here. I've got a little neighborhood of houses here along with trees. These are the 14A cube trees, as I like to call them. This is meant to be a garden. Now, the reason why I didn't put anything up here, because it won't be grass, it would be stone, cobblestone. But yeah, got the little houses there. And that's like a multi-layered store right there. Here's a small little pyramid. Then we got gardens over here. Kind of designed these to be kind of like, you know, the village gardens. With some water there in the middle. There's the hoe. I told you it was over here. And then a big garden. Big garden that's divided into 4 sections. We got a well right here. And another neighborhood of homes. Pixel art of an apple. The Atari logo. A windmill right over there. You can see I've got these elevated railways throughout the Polyworld. These are meant to be like light posts. More Atari 2600 pixel art. This is from the game Outlaw. So it's a big stagecoach is what that is. And there's a cowboy right there. That's what it looks like when it sits down. And this stagecoach would be in the way and you'd have to like shoot the other opponent that's on the other side. Which is what you're seeing right here. Those are the two Outlaws. So if you play the 2600 Outlaw game, their characters look like that when they kneel down and shoot. And it's also got the cactus as well. So when this world was updated to, what was it, RD... Let me pull that up here. RD 2009-0515, or basically it was 160052, But that was glitched. That was a glitched version. So I had moved it up a version so that way it was playable. And what it does is it turns everything to stone. And the reason why it turns it to stone is because there was only one ID. And that was of the stone itself. Basically, all blocks were just one ID. You had the block and you had air, and that was pretty much it. And so everything that was blocked was completely turned to stone. Because this was the new ID 1. I don't think it was ID 0. I think it was just ID 1. So you would have to come back and use MC Edit to change everything back to cobblestone, put your layer of grass. So I had to use MC Edit to fix all this. But I kept a duplicate of the same world as the stonified version with the updated blocks that came with it. So I went ahead and I updated and kind of did a yin and a yang, yin and a yang of the two worlds next to each other. So instead of water lining that one, this one's got lava. I do have water there. And maybe I should turn it, maybe I should change it to lava. The reason why I didn't, I mean, it doesn't have to all be lava, right? Although I guess that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Everything is complete opposite. So I made use of the extra blocks that came with. You got the wood and the dirt. The stone texture was changed to this one, which we know, and then cobblestone was added. So yeah, that was called stone back there. But then they repurposed it. Made this stone, made the other one cobblestone. So you can see how I started making changes. Changing the stone to certain types of blocks. I made the Star Fox there out of wood. So now it's easier to see. I lined up, like made edges and stuff. There's that's not the original spawn point, but that's it's stonified. Made pathways where there weren't any before because I had, something to separate from what it looked like. I had a little bit more to work with in regards to the pixel art, as you can see. Trees. I could use wood now for the trunks. Dirt. You basically could not get grass with this because you can't lay down grass. You have to already have grass for it to spread, and there is no grass on this world to spread to. So it's used for color. Here's the restaurant. Ow, and I didn't put any liquid there. Well, I need to fix that. I guess it's a good thing I'm going through this. Like, there's a few things I need to do. Pac-Man. Not quite yellow, but you're getting the idea. Plus, I had 4 different materials to work with, and there's 4 ghosts, so I did one of each material. Dirt, stone, wood, and cobblestone back there. Now if we come over here, Sonic is a little bit more easier to recognize now. You'll notice on the railways, I had the little nubs that are there. You see those? I changed those to kind of, help highlight them a little bit. There's more variation of the houses now. Different look and stuff. Oh yeah, there's 2 different spawns on the first world. And this was the second one. But the third spawn, which was directly on this world, is actually over here. This was the third spawn point right here, which is not on the other one. I didn't mention these things. This is from another Atari 2600 game called Adventure. Those are not ducks. Those are dragons with a sword, not an arrow. Think of this as the hilt. That's the sword. This here was your character player. That's what happens when you slayed the dragon. They had a broken neck. That one's trying to eat them, and this one over here is just waiting. But that's their stomach, and so if they ate you, you went into their stomach, and that was it. I didn't change everything on the surface to dirt, but I did use dirt to do things that were not here before, such as this right here. Now you remember Polaris Prime. Now that I got rid of, and I gave this realm, which is realm number 2, its own name. Block Haven. So we'll come over here and we see that neighborhood again, with the trees a little bit more, looks a little bit more like trees, kind of, or stone trees. We have a little bit more definition now in the statues than we did before. Like I can set out the eyes and mouth and stuff. The gas. The train. A little bit more designing there with the restaurant. And what? What happened here? That's not supposed to happen. Gonna have to clean this up. For some reason, that went all the way down. I don't know what happened. That shouldn't have happened. I think what I was trying to do is you had the table, and then I think I tried to do that. I think that's what I meant to do. But somehow it did something else. But anyway, got me on that one. This one's got a fountain also. Again, I could come through here and alter this and maybe make this a lava fountain instead. That probably would be cooler. I guess I'm glad I kind of took some time away from this. It allows me to come back with a different type of perspective. Our gardens are beginning to look like gardens now. You'll notice how I have this filled up with dirt. I didn't do much change with this. I kept this one stone, except for the inside. Changed the inside. Lined out the street here and tried to make each of the houses different with, you know, still the same shape and everything, but changing the design or painting, however you want to look at that. There's a carrot over there. This eventually will lead into another world, but right now that's just the edge of it. So realm number 3 is over here. We'll make our way over there. All right, here we go. This one here is this would be the terrain generation for RD 2009-0515 or 160052. So if you did not convert a world and you created a new world, this is what you would have gotten. You would have gotten a basic terrain with just some very gentle hills, nothing too serious. So I made this a realm about farming and stuff is what this is all about. Farming and agriculture. It's a peaceful realm. We got little angels there. Pathway, these are all different types of gardens. We got a house there. I made some big windmills. They're facing different directions to try to capture the wind. Little pathways that go to the windmills. We got a statue of the dog. House, a water plot. Got the sign for the realm. There's a heart over there. You'll notice I have a cow over here. I also did pixel art of fruit. That's a pineapple over there in the distance. And I think this is supposed to be a melon. Cherries, banana. Strawberry right there. The terrain looked just like this, by the way. And I didn't want to smooth this out. I wanted to keep it looking, you know, like original as much as I could. Houses. We have a big cow statue here. Oh. And that's like the top of the world up there, so I had to dig down to be able to get the whole thing. My rail lines kind of go through here. We got the marketplace up here. Big market stalls here. Don't have cloth or wool or anything like that, so I had to kind of design the canopies with what blocks I had. Gave a little bit of texture to the ground. And then we got the lava chicken. The lava chicken. So we got lava right there. We got a big chicken. We have a statue of a pig over there. And I didn't do any building over there, so I kind of kept this open. I think part of the reason for that is when looking at the Eden block sign, I didn't want to clutter up what was back here so that way you could see the sign a lot easier. This is supposed to be dirt. This is not supposed to be grass. That's supposed to be dirt. Well, I got things I gotta fix. I think this was just a hole, and I decided to fill that with water. All right, so there's a sheep over here. Then just some houses. And we'll come over here. We've got a cart, little, I think that's supposed to be a dog, pig, bunny rabbit. That may not be a dog. I am not sure what that is. I forget. Because I think my dog and cat are right over here. I made a miniature one of each of those. Maybe that's supposed to be a cow or something. I don't know. Then I did another cat right there. A fountain. Little checkerboard. Little plaza here. Houses. Supposed to be farm plots in there. I think originally I did make it dirt, and seeing the grass just spread to it. So, really wasn't much I could do. Where the grass didn't spread to this because no grass is connected to it. And we got a couple of lions over here. Lion statues with a rainbow. And then right on the other side, so you got like lion guardians, and then you got bunny guardians. Because why not? This is the fourth world right over here. There is a way down. Oh yeah, over here. Right on down this way. This is world number 4. Got a small little bit of houses here. A couple of creeper statues. This is Genesis Crest. This is realm number 4. This is military themed, is what this one is. We got 3 pillars. They're almost like smokestacks. Those I did not build. Those were actually like that. So this world generated with those 3 pillars. I thought it was kind of cool. Did I mention the Enderman over there? Oh, a blaze. That's what this is here, a blaze. I made a tavern here with a little balcony. Couple more houses. Some more pixel art. There's a sword. This is supposed to be the reason why the sword's over this thing here. This is where all the weapons are at, right here. So that's kind of like the weapon store. This is the armor store right here. Another fountain. This is one of the train stations. Oh, I didn't fill this up. Wow, I got work to do. It's supposed to be another forge. But I do have water inside my well. This here is like a barracks, military barracks. And it was unintentional, but when I built this, it wound up looking like a villager face right here with a big old nose and stuff. This almost looks like a face with a hat. Little garden there. Little pathway coming down here. So we got another house. We have, I believe that's supposed to be a magma cube right there. There's a dragon over there. I've got the all-seeing eyes. Originally, I started off with one eye because I was thinking of the song Eye in the Sky by Alan Parsons Project. And then I was like, you know what? It might be kind of cool to have both. So I did the second one, and I kind of like that. I got zombies here. Now the original idea is that the people, they had visions of these creatures being guardians, not really monsters. So something happened later that mutated them, and they became the skeletons and zombies that we know today. Vector, did you do this because of my comment? What comment? Hi, by the way, how are you doing? Is this all 11A era builds? No. These are... We're in the pre-classic era right now. This has just been updated to 14A with everything being merged together. Not seeing many logs or leaves or anything. Yes, that's right, because there's not any yet. I know it says 14A, but this is not a 14A world. This is just updated to 14A. The Great Gatsby. Glad to have you here with me, by the way. Okay, so here's a bridge that goes back to the original world from the first pre-classic world there. Now this over here, these are tanks. The interesting thing is, and it's hard to see it, I have to get to a high level here, but it's from another Atari game called Combat. Like, oh, come on. A little higher, 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 a little higher. Keep going. That's as high as I can go. If you were to go as high as possible, when you look at them, they will have the same exact shape as they are on the video game. I went ahead and made it a three-dimensional type of statue, is what I did there. Vector, you said, I just watched the video about the Great Gatsby in the book of Bill, Gravity Falls. That's a good group, by the way. And I noticed the eyes on the cover of Great Gatsby looked like the eyes you built. You know, yeah, I found pixel art of an eye, and I just duplicated it. So I don't think it was from the Great Gatsby. I just know I looked for a pixel art of an eye, and then I found one. So that's what I did there. Well, at least you kind of see a little bit better over here. Oh, I never did show the pixel art of the flowers. I got 4 flowers there. And then when I did them over there in the stone world, right over there, I did them with the different block materials. I've got a wither over there. Let's see. There we go, yeah. All right. So we got a few more houses over there. And then we've got the fortress with flying gas. That's supposed to be a mace. That's supposed to be a shield. Use your imagination. Towers. Outlook towers. Outposts. They are on all four corners. So the walls of this fortress are inspired by the original Farlands, where it had kind of like this grill shape to it. So this is inspired off of that. And then we got a drawbridge here. Oh, Vector. Okay, so that's what it was. Yeah, no, I am returning it. Returning to it. I've been, I needed to take a break from it because there were so many other things that I wanted to do. As far as mod packs and my Bedrock series that I do and stuff. So I needed to take a break so that way I could kind of work on that material. But yeah, no, I had every intention of coming back here. I just needed to kind of take a break from it. I guess, yeah, I think this is my palace is what this is. We have like corner, like little apartment things there on the corners there. Steps that go up to the walls. We got a staircase that comes up here so that way you can get into the palace. I did something different, you know. I had the staircases coming this way, and then I had them go out this way, and then I decided, yeah, you know what, let's do it on the corner now too. And then just kind of came in here, and you got beds and stuff. So, am I on 3Kio's server? If you mean his Discord server, yes. I signed up for it today. You notice that I am on a recreation. Why? The reason why I'm on a recreation is because why not? I want to be able to experience, I know they're not the official versions, but the recreations were designed to try to be as close to those original versions as possible. And so I thought it was a worthy look. I mean, why not? It's the best. It's the best that we're going to get as far as experiencing what it may have been like. And for all we know, this the 14A may be pretty darn close to what it was originally. We will never know. But I am thankful for those recreations because now we have something that we can use that will give us kind of an idea of what that version was like now that it's, you know, it's lost. So I think it's a good thing to try out those recreations. So yes, 14A is, and 14A I was really excited about getting because that's the one with the cube trees. If I generated a 14A world, as I said, this is updated to 14A. This is not a 14A actual world. Some more pixel art. That's for the world that's on the other side. This world over here is all about, it's a double layered society. They're about risk takers, taking risks. Oh yeah, by the way, saplings were a thing by this time, and so I started putting saplings in some areas. Or did I come back and put those? I can't remember. I can't remember what I did. So I made I made an upper level of a community and a lower level of a community. So, you know, they're risk takers, you know. They're like, "Hey, let's live on the edge." Well, they are living on the edge. That's another good song. It's from Aerosmith. Little park here. That is supposed to be a pond, which apparently I did not fill with water. See, this is why I kind of needed to step away from the Polyworld for a while, because I need to be able to see it with fresh eyes. Well, the reason why I didn't go to 14A08 is because the tree changes. Instead of a cube tree like you have here, it's funny that you mentioned that. This is a 14A tree. This is a 14A underscore 08 tree. It took out the corners. It's what I call the plus trees, because on the very top it looks like a plus on the top. But it's just me, you know. I just want to go through each of the versions. Not necessarily the official versions, but it's part of my imagination, I guess you could say. I mean, if we have a recreation that helps give me the experience of what it might be like, then, you know, I'm okay with that. So, risk-taking flight, that's another thing. Flying and stuff. So that's why I got a balloon over here. We've got the totem of undying. We've got a snake over there. This is an upper level fountain that comes down and drips down into this fountain here. So it's a 2-layer fountain. Now, I would have already set this up, but the problem is, I think I tried that, and right now the water is infinite. And so when it wound up flooding the whole world, I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that ain't gonna work. Then I've got faces. I've got popular faces here. We got Batman. We've got Alex. We've got Spider-Man. We got Steve over there. You should be able to recognize who that is right there. That's Ant Venom. That's from the Atari 2600 game Pitfall. Scorpion. Pitfall Harry. Crocodile. And just some weird faces that I found on the internet. And that's what I was doing there. There's another crocodile. Then I got an airplane over there. Another weird kind of face. Will I be going through the InDev 12230? Yes, I do intend to go through that. Sometime this century. While I'm still alive, I hope so. Anyway. TNT. Workbench. Chest. Got a little house. I got some more of the trees over there. I know we call these saplings, but I like to think of them as shrubs. They don't grow in the trees, so they're just shrubs. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, but it's going to grow into a tree later. You are absolutely right. That's why I intend to put something over it. That's why I intend to put something over that. To keep it from turning into a tree. So I guess eventually I'll have to put like string or something on top of that. Or, you know, glass. So I can keep my little shrubs so they don't grow. We got to keep the shrubs. Mumbo Jumbo. Right there. I think there's a couple of planes. Couple of eagles over there. Another little town. Let's go up here to the upper level. Yes, I am spending a lot of time on each version. The reason for that is because I wanted to take my time and actually really build out each of these worlds. That was the reason why I was doing that. It wasn't about doing a real time I wanted to take my time. That was the whole reason, because this is part of a greater forever world is what this is. So I wanted to make this special for me. And up we go here to that fountain I told you about. Yeah, see, we're all the way up here to the very, very top. We got a little bridge with grass here on the side, my little shrubs. Little walkways. Here's another rail station. It kind of goes around. These houses over here, I used some inspiration from some actual blueprints. I started getting blueprints for houses and started experimenting and trying to build based on blueprints. So this is kind of an experimentation as far as building too. So I didn't mention the name of this world, but it's called Cliff Point, which is right over here on the wall. Which ironically, that wall is actually part of the other world, but I wanted to do something a little different instead of, you know, making a word sign or digging into the ground. So I'm like, well, you know, there's this wall sitting there. Why not put it there? So that's what I did. I made 2 helicopters. So I guess eventually this is supposed to be water. That didn't work out too well. So we're back down here on the surface again. This is where I started when I was started on this world. This is a spawn marker right here when I started on this map. This is 2A, I believe, which was a recreation, I think. Spawn number 6 is what that is. So I started making this pathway. I started making this stairway going up here. I made my own little tunnel, went out that way. These cliff faces are part of the natural terrain. And so I started building staircases going up and bridges going across and little homes and kind of did all kinds of stuff. And then I've got a rail going underground right through that world. Then there's that one going alongside there, a nice elevated one. And some more houses, walkways. Again, these are more houses that I kind of got inspiration from blueprints or things that I saw online. So that's what those are. So I tried there's a lot of different building ideas that I tried to get inspirations for. Why does everyone usually change the blocks in RD132328 worlds to grass and cobblestone instead of just stone, like how it usually looks when upgrading? Well, I'll tell you the reason why I did it was because I wanted the world to look exactly the way it was when it started. So I fixed it. But I have both. I have both versions. I have the original version with the cobblestone and the grass, and then I have the stonified version, which was altered with the 3 additional blocks that came with that version. So I have both. I have it the way it originally looked, and then I have the stonified version as well. And we are in map number 6, I think. This is Pixelville. More little shrubs for decoration, more houses. Pixelville, this is the realm of artists. So I did Winnie the Pooh and My Little Pony. I did this stage over here. I guess this is the Pony Poo stage. The Pony Poo stage. Poo Pony, I guess. But I did a pig over there. I think that's an eagle. I think that's what I was doing over there. That is a creeper head on a stick. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? It's a creeper head on a pike. There's nothing morbid here. No, not here. There's not. Another little fountain. Again, I didn't fill it up with water. I need to do that. I think the reason why I didn't do it is because I was working on these maps individually, trying to update them and build them up as far as I could possibly go before I get to the next one. I think that was my reason for that. That is a massive tree. That's exact. Yeah. You're right. It did look like a massive tree from the side. Yeah, it's a creeper head. another one of these starting areas. That was another spawn point right up there. Yep, this is the 3A world. So over there was 2A. This is the 3A world. But it's also the 9A world. So, like, I started over here in 3A. And there is no 4, 5, 6, or... Wait a minute, is there... Wait, 3A? No, there's a 3A, a 6A, and a 9A. That's right. Okay, so apparently I have 11A. So I spent a few versions on this map right here. So I just kind of put them in different areas. Like I started working on this area with 11A. I think 9A is over here somewhere. That is Star Fox! And we got Donkey Kong right over there. The sign for Pixelville. I did an airplane. My wife said make a boombox, so I did. I looked up pixel art for a boombox. And I put it together. More buildings. There's spawn point number 9. Yep, here's 9A. So I was on 9A when I was over in this direction. I forget the name of that character. I want to say Guy? Guy something. I got Toad from Mario. A couple of cats. Another bird. A dog. It's not Spider-Man over there. It's another spider-like. It's like from the same Spider-Man universe. Okay, like there's that one there. I don't think that's actual Spider-Man. I think that's a different different suit or a different character or something like that. Now this world is Ocean Lock, and I have not done a world tour on this one yet. I don't think I've done it yet. We'll just jump down here. Because I'm not sure if I finished it up yet or if I was going to be doing more. I keep thinking I was going to be doing more with this, and I just hadn't... I'm not sure. I have to think about it. But I did a boat over there. So this is... It looks like this is my 12A world over here. So obviously Ocean Lock, this is where water was introduced and lava. And so I made this ocean themed is what I made this one. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it did go from 3A to 9A. I think the ones in between were missing. I was guessing on 6. I thought it was 3, 6, 9, but no, I think you're right. I think all those ones in between were missing. I have it up on my phone. Hold on, I'll look it up on my phone. All right, we don't want to give any fake news or anything, you know. Fact check time. Fact check. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, here we go. Java Edition Classic. And show me the versions. You are correct. 2A, 3A, 9A. 10A didn't work. And then there was 11A. So yeah, those, yeah, it did go from 3A to 9A. You are correct. I stand corrected. Did I say that was a train station, right? See, and I didn't build anything here, and I don't think I was going to. I think I wanted to keep this one a little bit more opened, and I wanted to focus more on little buildings and docks and harbors and stuff like that. My wonderful boats. That's a sailboat over there. Made a lighthouse. Right there. I would have had a sapling on each side, but back in this time period, if it's not exposed to sun, it disappears. So that's why they're not there. Here's the train. But I made this. This suspension bridge, right? So I made this bridge over this interesting terrain right there. I think the reason why I didn't want to do a whole lot of building was because this terrain was rather interesting. The way that it kind of, I don't want to say it glitches out, but if you get kind of the idea of what I'm kind of talking about, you got all these little things that kind of poke up from the ground and stuff like that. I think I was going to build a tunnel or something. I have to check my notes because there is more stuff that I was going to be doing. The tunnel might be over there. So I got the big ocean lock sign over there. This little pathway. I did a fish. Yeah, I think I was still going to do a little bit more work on this map, but I think for the most part it's done. So once I go through it a little bit more, I'll do a tour on it, but I don't think I did a tour on this one yet. This is where I started this is where I took a break. Was right here. So what I still have yet to do is to go back and work on these worlds here. So this is the next one. And what did I call it? I think I have the name over here somewhere. Is this Twin Lakes? Okay, yeah, this is Twin Lakes. This was a marketplace, so here's another train station. And I made two different types of checkerboards. I made this, and I made these little shops. This is supposed to be the block, the block store. That's the floral shop. This is the dirt store. I don't know what that one is over there. I guess it's whatever. That's the stone shop. I decided to make a green, and that's kind of like really hard on the eyes to look at. But I tried to make your palette is limited to work with, so I tried to be creative and try to do different types of things. Cobblestone store over there. Little dock. So there's still going to be more work done to this one. This map here is not done. When I bring back Polyworld Forever, this is where it's going to be picking up from. It's going to be picking up from this world right here. I'm lost. Can I get back up here? There we go. Yeah, this is definitely, yeah, this is where it starts to get to the unfinished part. Because there's supposed to be, it's supposed to continue. This walkway right here is supposed to continue this way. There's the original world right there. I was in 12A_01. Again, this is another area that is to be worked on. This was supposed to, this is supposed to be a walkway down, and this is like a market plaza, and there's supposed to be like little shops and stuff along the edge. Yeah, so this one is not done yet. And I don't think that's supposed to be anything right there. We will take the pathway, which is not completed over here. Yeah, this is why I called this area Twin Lakes, because now we started getting bigger water lakes and lava lakes and stuff like that. And I guess you could call this over here a little steam house. Come right down here. There's a little chair to sit on, and you can admire the lava. Get a tan or something. Experimented with more designs for houses. I went down and made a little area for a garden and stuff. And then I made another downstairs. This is supposed to be another portal eventually. That's why I've got this dug out. So you can see the 2 there, the 3 up here, the 2 right there, and down. Yes, I know another portal is not part of this time period, but eventually that's what I want it to be. So that way, you know, I can have another transport system that will, you know, take me to these areas. Different ways of transport. You got the rails that will take you here, the nether. Is this the thing with the lava? Yeah. I seem to be a little lost. Got this whole lake over here. That looks deep over there. Is that what I am seeing over there? Yeah, you gotta love the parkour here. Oh, I won't make that. Well, it's not a reflection. They didn't have reflections with this, so yeah, that does go down. Huh. I don't think I noticed that before. It's a maze to get through. Our final world is right over here. This is the final realm. Not there yet. So yeah, there's a lot of undeveloped stuff over here. But over here, I was on 12A_02. I made this little market plaza here with a like a pickaxe statue. This is kind of like something that's holding the pickaxe. And a house, I think. I think I was thinking about putting other types of houses and stuff here. Oh, and what was I doing here? I think it's just a walkway down into a cave or something. I guess that's what this is. Oh, come over here. And you can see we are right at the chunk border. Right there. That's what makes it obvious right there. The little edge. Alright, this is realm number 9. This was the final one for early classic. And this is 13A right over here. Again, there's still a lot of work that I want to do to this one. And so this is what's upcoming for Polyworld Forever. So a lot more work to be done. And this one is Tectonic. The reason why this is called Tectonic is because the Earth shifted. Mainly because they were experimenting. This is supposed to be kind of like the scientific community. The other one that we were at, that one over there, was kind of like the marketplace. They were the market people. What are they called? Merchants. That I knew it started with an M. Yeah, so that was like the merchants over there. These are the science folks. So they are more sophisticated. So that's why they got skyscrapers. Little walkway going between the little lava pools. But Tectonic refers to this. So apparently an airplane was buried or something. Something happened which caused it to crack the ground. It's a little park that I made. And that hole was pretty much there, and I decided to fill it up. And I did more different types of unique kind of houses and stuff. Those are unfinished. So again, when I bring about Polyworld Forever, that's what's going to be worked on, is more buildings and stuff. I don't think that pathway is going anywhere else. But yeah, you can see that this is done in 13A. I did not do anything in 13A_03, and the reason is because the world would not load into 13A03. And I figured out the reason why is because it changed the way lava was generated. Lava was being generated underground, and now it was going to be generated on the surface. And so there's lava underground here, so when you try to update it, it's like, nope. Minecraft is like, nope, I'm noping out of that. And so it doesn't work. So if you want to play 13A_03, you have to generate a whole new world. So yeah, there's a lot of space to build and stuff. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff over there. There's like a whole lots of room and stuff that I haven't really done. I really liked what I did here. This is like a stage with a little backstage area, places to sit down. There's a little boat dock area here. And then we got little homes for the actors and stuff, you know, places for them to stay. Wall with garden, you know, place to sit down. And this area is just like how you saw, and I decided to make a little house in there. Then this, I made a bathhouse. I had discovered that there was this underground well. So this was actually here, and I'm like, ooh, cool. And so it was kind of like a cave that kind of, I worked my way down, and I turned this all into like a house. So this is like a bathhouse. So you sit down here, you sit down here, and you go for a swim and, you know, get your feet wet and stuff. Ooh, that tickles. Do I have an upstairs on this? I thought I had an upstairs. Little garden over here. And did I put something over here? No, just a little cave. I think I was gonna put a house over here. Like I said, this area is not finished yet. There's still... Okay, some of that stuff over there is part of the other world, but again, there's a lot of space to build with. Yep, and then the 3 skyscrapers, and there's going to be some more built up over there. And then the railway system that goes right back to the original first 2 worlds over there. So there you go, folks. That is the Polyworld. That's what I've got so far. And I will be bringing the series back once I get some videos recorded of the other series that I'm working on. And this will be taken to episode 100. That is the goal, to get it to 100. And then the series enters a whole new chapter. So All right. Well, thanks for watching. I've been doing kind of like this little dual stream, sort of, kind of. One's horizontal, one's vertical. So, hope that helps for you folks that are watching on your phone or, you know, watching on your computer. You get a little bit of both. We'll see you next time. Have a killer awesome day.